light behind me is clear. It's crazy. Scorpio, it's your girl Merch, the Big Body Benz. Run, tell them. The Big Body High Priestess, somebody come see this. I popped in to see what's good with you for early June, Scorpio. Um, so many messages. I feel like being in a foreign place, a new environment you've never been in before, or you don't spend much time in, or you're traveling or have been traveling. Some of you travel. Have you being in an Airbnb, a hotel, just being in a different state, different city, you know? Someone's on the road. Have you on the road or traveling in some way? But also I feel like a Leo being sleep. A Leo sleep nearby. They're sleeping. They're quiet. You may not have heard from them for a while, you know? But they're good, they're peaceful. You know, I feel like this energy of wanting to communicate with the Leo, but they're asleep or they're really quiet and you haven't heard from them. They're gonna stay that way. They're gonna stay quiet. They're not gonna budge. 1:11 on the clock too. When I said that, I also really feel like an Aquarius is around, being able to predict what you're going to say. And you're really predictable to an Aquarius. They know you. They know you well. I just started talking because I had these messages, but everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. If you want to book with me, you want to donate to me, follow me on any other platform, or subscribe to my Patreon. I feel like some money comes through. Heavy on the money you work really hard for. A payment could have been really late, or it comes late. You've been waiting for a while for a payment to come through. For some of you, it's a lump sum of money, you know? You got to make sure that the money is right. There may be some dispute about some money that you are owed, you know, or it comes later than expected. I feel like working really hard, making money like you really earned it, or really putting in the work, working harder than you normally do, you know, doing better for yourself than you expected. Some of you are about to hit a new tax bracket, or literally one stream of income is going to be taken away from you soon. It goes down, it continues to go down, or it gets taken away from you because you make more money elsewhere. Something's going to be taken away that's given to you freely, or comes to you with ease, or you really haven't been honoring or haven't been working too hard to keep, or to really, you know, honor the fact that you have it, period. There's no other way for me to say it. Working too hard to keep. It gets taken away, or it lessens. You're seeing it going down. I just feel like you will really see the deterioration of things in your life, relationships in your life, situations in your life that you don't really nurture and love at this time. So it's important to, if it really matters to you, if it really, you know, you really value it, to make sure the person, really value the person, you make sure that you connect as best as possible. It's crazy because look at the name of the name of this reading, right? I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I am forgiving is out here, okay? Needing to apologize where you need to apologize, who you need to apologize to. For some of you really being at a standoff with someone, you know, it's funny because not everybody, this just happened, right? Really being at a standoff with someone for some of you, or a few people for that matter, being really raw, getting into it left and right, certain connections falling apart, you not taking accountability for your part, or literally being able to say, I'm sorry, even if somebody else has hurt you, even if they are not perfect, even if they did wrong too, you know, all you can do is hold space for what you've done, you know, take accountability for what you've done, really hold space for their emotions, you know, and pray for the best. Pray that someone meets you in the middle, right? But the way that we show up isn't a reflection, isn't because of others. You know what I'm saying? Or isn't a reflection of what others do. You know, others' behaviors isn't a reflection of our own. So we're responsible for what we show, for how we show up. You know, we're responsible for our own actions. And I just feel like looking at someone else and going, oh, you know, this person showed up this way, so I'm going to, is a cop-out. It's real easy for you to, but for a lot of you, you tell yourself, heavy on this energy of telling yourself that someone, Pop, you doing that? telling yourself that someone is a bad person somehow, you know, or someone did you wrong, or really, you know, making something out to be a lot worse than it actually is, because of not wanting to look at where you need to apologize, or where you were raw that day, or you were tired, or you were in a bad mood, or you snapped, you know, you could have been a little more patient. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like you find a new level of strength within yourself. You tap into a new level of strength within yourself when you start being honest, when you're able to apologize, when you're able to be real with yourself about where you're not perfect, you make mistakes too, that you are eager to rectify. You are eager to rectify. You are eager to fix your mistakes. You know, you will find that people will match your vibration. People will do that. People will want to do that for you too. You know, I just feel like being really angry, or really raw, or really feel like people, you know, people do you dirty. No one ever cares about how they treat you, or really apologize for how they treat you at times. You know what I'm saying? And while this may be true, having to ask yourself, well, do you show up this way? Are you that way? You know, are you really forgiving? I feel like cutting someone off, ending a connection over the most petty thing, you know, letting so much time pass between. But some of you do this with your best friend. There's a lot of Aries energy coming through for me right now. A lot of Gemini energy on the back burner, needs to go on the back burner. I feel like a Gemini is fucking disrespectful. I feel like a Gemini talks a lot. They flex, having this energy of talking a lot, flexing, being really in their ego. You can see it. You know, someone talking a lot tougher than they actually are. Someone trying to instill fear in you somehow, or test you somehow. You know, test your gangster somehow. Even it's like, yo. You know, if you really did that shit, if you really lived that shit like you say you are, you wouldn't even be talking so much. You wouldn't be bragging that much. You wouldn't have that energy. I don't gotta do all of that. I'm not gonna do all of that. But you're not gonna get a rise out of me. Someone really trying to get a response out of you that they're just not going to get. You know, because you can see where they're fake, or where they don't even know what it is that they asking for. They're not prepared for the energy that they asking for, you know, or the shit that they want to bond over, the shit that they want to take, that they want to bring out of you, right? I saw 725, 726 on the clock. If you know, you know. Dark night of soul, spiritual ascension, those are my numbers. So I just feel like the shit that they want you to relive, their quote unquote glory days, were your darkest times, where you had to do some shit you don't never want to have to relive, where you done seen some shit you don't never want to have to experience again. I don't have to relive that, you know, in order to feel tough, or flex, or feel like I'm big and bad. Or I literally feel like someone triggers you with how they speak to you from a time where you didn't feel so powerful. They try to trigger you, and you know, flex on you, or test your gangster, or try to punk you. Even this could even be a man talking to a woman. um you know, I feel like hearing about this, someone talks to you about this, or literally this is you, someone trying to flex on you in a way, a lot of being disrespectful with the way someone's demeanor, how they deal with you. I feel like with this Archangel Michael card being out here in reverse, really being disconnected from your own inner power, you know, a lot of woe is me, having to come out of that. A lot of damn, one thing is going wrong after another. Things can never go right. Things are not going my way. Having to shift your perspective. Hold space for those moments where you feel that way. That's valid if you feel that way. That's valid if that's been your experience up until now. But don't stay in that vibration. You deserve so much better than that. Everything that hasn't been going well for you will go well for you. You deserve for everything to go well for you, Scorpio. You deserve to have the type of life that you want. You deserve to be comfortable. You deserve to be happy. You know what I mean? So needing to really affirm that, even if things haven't been going the way you want up until now, they will. It's all for the greater good. It's working itself out. You trust the divine. Even when things are unclear, even when things are uncertain, even when you're upset, even when you're down, when you're depressed, even when you're angry, you trust the process, you know. And I feel like it's really important for you to get back to that place, even if you have blow ups, you know, even if you know you get knocked off your path, or your vibration gets lowered a bit. That's fine. You human, and it's normal. But pick yourself back up. You know, I really feel like you have been. I feel like really showing up for yourself when it comes to career, working really hard um, to meet your goal. I really feel like uh, you're going to earn your leisure. You know, you're going to earn your leisure, your vacations. You're going to earn them in a real way. this summer, a good time, your rest, you gonna earn it in a real way. It's gonna feel so much better because of how hard you worked, or how much, how much work you put in. I feel like, but don't forget to rest just as hard as you work. You know how people say like, I work hard and I play even harder, or whatever the fuck it is. I feel like work hard, rest even harder. Is your energy out here? I relate in peace is out here. I relate in pieces out here, and then I have respect for other people's properties at the bottom. I just feel like don't touch what's yours. I feel like respect people who are honest, respect people who respect other people's belongings, respect people who respect others. You know what I'm saying? There's something about us, especially those. Don't play with them people. Don't play with no honest people. Don't play with no respectful people. That karma be ugly. Insert Libra. A Libra just walked in. Heavy on this energy of Libra just walked in. That energy when I said that, you know and that karma coming back around, or a Libra feels like you playing with them, or you played with the Libra, it comes back around. um, I feel like there being a lot of showing you 11:11 on the clock, that Gemini energy, or someone being a mirror, someone showing you the parts of yourself that make you uncomfortable, make you uneasy, someone trying to trigger certain reactions out of you, trigger your shadow, see if they can provoke you into stepping out of character, showing them your ugly side somehow. I feel like it's beneath you and you don't, or you know what they're doing, you know or you play right, or you feel this way, and then you play right into it. And but meanwhile, that wasn't someone's intention at all. I said what I said, thinking someone's trying to play you, so you puff your chest out, or you respond in an unhealthy way, or a toxic or a mean way, thinking someone's coming for you, and it backfires. You lose out on a connection with somebody really dope, you know. Communication is key, is out here as a big one. I relate in peace, so I just feel like being really peaceful is a big one. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that your environment is peaceful, that everybody's on the same page. I feel like speaking up when it comes to people who make you uneasy. Can you stop? My brother is definitely sleeping next to me, farting in his sleep. And my husband sleep on the other side of the couch. Yo. Hold your vision. Nothing is yet set in stone. The end of a tough cycle approaches. You and your loved ones are safe. Um, Heavy on the being safe with family. Your family being good. There may be some things that come up in regards to extended family you're not really family with. You're not really close with. Cousins, aunties, uncles. For some of you, it's like son-in-law, mother-in-law. That dynamic, y'all may deal with each other, but it's fake. It's on a certain level, a weird ass level somehow, where it's not deep and heavy. It's not honest and open. It's like I fuck with you because I have to, or we gonna keep it cute until we don't. I just feel like there's no room in your life for connections that serve no purpose, that aren't open and honest. But I also feel like the people that you love should be able to be honest with you, Scorpio. You should be able to be honest with the people that you love about the things that hurt you. They should be able to be honest with you about the things that hurt them. And I feel like there's a lot of animosity being built by conversations that aren't being had. I also really feel like someone gives you advice somehow. They try to tell you something and you try to tear it apart, or you try to tell them that they're wrong somehow. They don't know what they're talking about. Meanwhile, heavy on the I said what I said. So this may be someone giving you a message you don't get right away, and even though you think it doesn't make any sense, it will when it's time to, when it's supposed to. Heavy on the aha moment. Something just clicks out of nowhere, and you being like, damn, this is what this person meant. For some of you, you hurt someone in real time. You disrespected them in real time recently. You need to go fucking apologize. For some of you, you didn't. This is something in the past. Some of you may have some time to meditate. How this could be on a drive. Heavy on there being a long drive for someone that gives them an opportunity to fucking meditate. Someone is on like autopilot. Like someone is completely zoned out. Someone could be high. Heavy on the being high, really tired. But I just feel like being delusional at some point. Being completely delusional, being on autopilot. Somebody is driving you. When you drive for a long time, and at some point you fucking zone out, or you go into a deep meditation, or you're on autopilot. Someone's on autopilot. It's really scary when you realize just how much you were on autopilot. When you're not there, you're not present. It scares someone to realize that, you know, when they come to, they've missed a lot or they weren't present. But I also really feel like being in a space to meditate, or being in a car, or just having a moment to meditate, having silence, time to yourself somehow, or being in a peaceful location really has certain thoughts come to you. You start thinking about things from the past, things that you regret, things that you want to rectify. You know, you can't redo the past. You can't do things over, but you can start from today. You can start to be as good to the people that you love and have in your life as you possibly can. When you start getting sad about the way that you didn't show up as your best self in the past, the way that you may have snapped at your kids a little too quick, or you know got mad at your partner, gaslit them a little, didn't, made it seem like they were crazy about something. And we all make fucking mistakes. Or you really need to honor that even if you did it on purpose, what you've done in the past, if it's really hurting you or affecting you somehow, or you're really thinking about it and genuinely wanting to be different, that is a fucking step. That's a big step. That's a big part of it. Accountability and being real with yourself, being honest with yourself, first and foremost, is a big one. And a step to healing. And even with this I am forgiving card out here, it being a big one, because I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. This healing, really showing up to seek forgiveness where you have wronged people. There could be some, this could be in regards to someone who is family to you. It doesn't, and blood don't necessarily make you family. This could be someone who's married in, or a best friend somehow who is your family, your soul tribe. And it's just like this energy of having to apologize, because when you seek forgiveness from the people that you love, that you genuinely want forgiveness from, you begin to walk the path of forgiveness, forgiving yourself and healing yourself. You know, from that trauma that you experienced too, from not showing up as your best self, and the fucking effects that has on your life and on your relationships. That shit can be traumatic, right? I self-sabotage, or I ruin something, or I make a mistake and shit goes left, and I lose people, I lose things, and I suffer the consequences. That could be traumatic. Yeah, you learn your lesson, but it's also some shit that you gotta bounce back from sometimes. So I feel like there also being a huge tower moment, or things need to be completely over in regards to a lover, a Gemini specifically. For a lot of you, it's a Gemini who is extremely disrespectful, or you are this person. You have a Gemini in your chart in a prominent placement. What you say, how you treat someone, what the dark side of have you on the dark side, or what you say to someone, being way too much for them to handle. You know what comes out. I also really feel like someone's emotions. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. I feel like you seeing the second side, another side of the Gemini. There's one side that's sleeping. There's one side that's awake. You've always seen one side. You get an introduction to the other. Or you think that you just have to throw someone away completely because they've seen your darkness. They recognize, they see your darkness. They call you out on it. They're not afraid of it. They call you out on it. They make you look at it. They trigger you in a real way. I also really feel like having some fucking feelings for someone that you ain't supposed to have, or that you're not willing to admit that you have, or you feel like you shouldn't have. Having some type of feelings for someone, having a crush on someone who's taken, or someone who, for some of you, is the same sex. Someone is straight and you're gay, or you're bisexual. And y'all may be friends. It may be platonic, but you're interested in them in a certain fucking way. And when you don't get it back that way, things go left. Or this is on the shoes on the other foot. But for some of you, someone may be being pursued by one person, and they're not, and they come off as if they're not interested. I'm not interested. I'm not gay. I have a girl. I have a man. You're taken. Whatever the fucking excuse is, but at the end of the day, they get really territorial over you somehow, or they feel some kind of way when you decide to move on. Or this is you feel some kind of way, you get jealous. Some of you are flat out fucking jealous when it comes to your friends having other friends. You don't want your friends doing shit without you. You don't want them moving on with anyone else. You don't want them having a good time with anyone else. But some of you, this is you. You're supposed to just be friends with them. You're just supposed to be friends with them, but you got some type of feelings towards them you're not supposed to have, and you know it. So you can't say why you're mad out in the open. So you would just cut them off. You would just kick them out of your life. I also really feel like I'm sorry where you hurt someone is you show someone how to treat you. Some of you hurt someone, and because they hurt you in the past and they didn't take accountability, you didn't say I'm sorry, you didn't take accountability. I'm not gonna say I'm sorry. I'm not gonna take accountability. And then you move forward and you have these conversations with these people where you try to gaslight them and make it seem like, you know, you don't know what you didn't know what you were doing, or it was innocent when it wasn't, when it was planned, when you felt some kind of way, when you wanted to stay away from them, when you wanted to put a wedge between the two of you, or protect yourself because you didn't feel safe with them because of how they shown up in the past, how they treated you in the past. And instead of being honest about this, about, yeah, I sabotaged this because I didn't feel safe, or I didn't think that you would follow through, or I didn't think you would, you take me for granted, I feel this way, or whatever, instead of being honest, and at the same time as you being honest about why you stood this person up, or why you didn't show up, or why you were mean, or whatever the fuck it is, why you do this, you also, you know, I just feel like having to take accountability for what you did, how you show up in a situation, but also making sure that you move forward in the connection with someone. You know what I'm saying? Being a real big one out here, looking at yourself, not repeating the same mistakes, being a big one. I just feel like, yeah, I'm sorry, this made me feel this way, acknowledging how you feel, but also taking accountability and saying I'm sorry. I know this is fucked up. Yeah, I want to explain myself so you don't think that, so you don't have any, there won't be any misunderstandings about why I did what I did. But also, I'm not trying to justify what I did. You know what I'm saying? I also really want to acknowledge how I may have hurt you, or how I may have affected you somehow. I feel like communication being so important to someone. I was about to say sexy. I was about to say sexy. Being so sexy to someone. Talk to me. Be honest with me. Be open with me. You know what I'm saying? Make me understand what I don't. Or this being you, this being your love language, and you feel like someone else can't go deep this way. Heavy on the fire sign, a lot of Aries energy coming through. Aries, Leo, Sag energy, but Aries more than anything. Someone just not willing to go there. You know. Um, anyway, I feel like breaking night, being up a lot later than you wanted to be, keeping someone else up later than you wanted to, or, certain things get sprung on you last minute. I also really feel like getting a package out of nowhere that you didn't want to get or wasn't supposed to get, or something gets passed off to you that wasn't supposed to get passed off to you, or you pass it off to someone else. Heavy on this there being a package, you get stuck doing something you weren't supposed to, or you get handed something you weren't supposed to, or you don't want, but ultimately you do it anyway. This could possibly be for money. You're full of it though, right? You're full of it. You don't want to do it, but you do it. Anyway, I love you. It's your girl Merch, the Big Body Bench. Run tell them, the Big Body High Priestess. Somebody come see this. Peace.